So here's another big win for the left from the Tuesday election this week. Oklahoma voted to legalize medical marijuana. So it wasn't really that close either. 56% supported the measure. And it's actually even better than that, because usually when they do these medical marijuana initiatives, there are clear guidelines where they say, okay, look, here are the conditions that a doctor can prescribe medical marijuana to treat. Well, in this instance, they didn't even lay that out. So what you're going to have is, you will have the abuse of this system where it's like, okay, you have a toothache? Here, have some weed. You have nausea? Here, have some weed. You have any ailment ever at all? Here, have some weed. So that is what's going to happen, but I'm in favor of it anyway. So it's basically like they legalize medicinal marijuana, but it will be used as a recreational system, kind of in the same way that California was before they outright legalized recreational marijuana. But I'm fine with that. I'm happy with that. In fact, I wish they would just legalize it recreationally. But what this tells you is, listen, almost every time, you can't say every time, almost every time, you put a left-wing issue on the ballot and turn it over directly to the people, they will vote in favor of that. How many times have we seen it? Whether it's legalizing medical marijuana, legalizing recreational marijuana. You know, there's been many instances of increases to the minimum wage put on a ballot initiative. And guess what? It always passes. So this is one of those things, man, where it makes me feel like a version of direct democracy makes sense. Now, listen, I'm not of... You have to have a constitution. So, in other words, a constitution lays out things that are off the table, that even the democratic will of the people cannot override unless it's some ridiculous, like over 75% want to amend it. Okay, fine. Then you can amend it. But the whole idea is take certain things off the table, take the rights of people off the table. But then outside of that, yes, it should be up to the democratic will of the people to determine what direction the country should go in. And I think if you did that, this country would be in a hell of a lot better place. Because reliably on these issues, the American people have shown that they're not masochists. They don't want to make life like really difficult for other people. They want everybody to be relatively prosperous and relatively free. And that's a stark contrast from what Washington, D.C. is like. I mean, our representatives do not represent us. That's why they have an approval rating that varies anywhere from 8% to 21% on a good day. So I'm always encouraged by these ballot initiatives. I think we should do more ballot initiatives. I think it would be awesome if every year, or maybe even every 2 years or 4 years, I don't give a fuck, just at some point we need to do like a national ballot initiative type thing, where it's like, okay, here's the 5 biggest issues of the year or of the 2 years or of the 4 years, and we're going to put this directly to the people, and the people are going to get to pick what direction we go with these things, Like, you can think about it on a federal level, doing it with legalizing marijuana would be awesome, because it would win with probably over 55%. Definitely over, because 62%, according to the polls, are in favor of that. So anyway, I love these stories about ballot initiatives because they almost always have a happy ending. And that just goes to show you how the system we have in place often stifles progress. And whenever you turn it over to the people, the result is usually a lot better.